Fastest thing alive, eh? Welcome back for episode 3, and here is the old friend I alluded to last time. Yes, it is he, Knuckles the Echidna.
What's up, Knuckles?
Now, one thing I'll never understand is why anyone thought that
Bugging you?
every character's got their own theme, and this is Knuckles' theme here.
Sonic? Give me the emerald you have right now.
You know, Sonic's plays when he first shows up, Tails is when he shows up.
What? Let's just see you take him. Huh.
What's with that facial animation? But I don't know why anyone thought that, of all things, jazz was ideal for Knuckles.
Oh no.
Yeah, try to show a bit of emotion, Knuckles. But yeah,
Oh no.
that was easy. But yeah, I don't understand the thought process with giving Knuckles, like, jazz music.
The Chaos Emeralds.
I mean, with Sonic Adventure 2 they went with rap instead, which I guess fits a bit more. Because, as it says in this theme in this one, Knuckles is rougher than the rest of them. The best of them, tougher than leather. You know, and so it kind of fits a bit more to give him rap music, which is a bit more harsh, as opposed to just giving him just random jazz music, which I think they give to Rouge in Sonic Adventure 2.
Hold it right there, creep. You can't get away with this. Knuckles,
Yeah, here we go.
Eggman tricked you again.
A nod to Sonic 3 when Knuckles was pink.
Way to go, Knucklehead.
What's one about these scenes? That any scene that includes
Now I have
multiple playable characters, it plays out differently in every single one of them. Like the dialogue's different, so you don't have Eggman going chaos, and like, so the characters' lines actually differ. Like sometimes it's just a case of Tails will take the lead instead of Sonic, but in all cases it's just the same scene, just with different dialogue. I think
no one ever.
now what you just saw was that the second form for Chaos. This is Chaos 4. Chaos 2 is only seen briefly, and there is one boss fight against him. Like, I think, but it's weird how some of the forms of Chaos are fought by multiple characters. I mean, at least with one other form, like multiple characters fight him, but they all do it a bit differently. But this fight is done as Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles. The only difference being the ability of the character you're playing as. And because there's a lot of water around, and Chaos will try and get rid of the water. The water here does not act like normal water, and indeed it's more like quicksand than anything. In fact, I think they even use the same basic concept for the quicksand in Sonic Adventure 2. But yeah, so water does not... You don't just immediately sink in this water. It's slow, and indeed you can even just slowly run in it. Which I'm glad for, otherwise this would be way too hard, especially for Sonic. Because Sonic can't swim at all. I mean, Knuckles can't swim until Sonic Adventure 2, but... You know, at least Knuckles will be able to glide around. And you may see something even funny with this water, if I actually finish the fight on the water. It gets a little tricky to jump out of the water when you're next to a lily pad. You tend to hit it on the way up. I feel like if they had more lily pads in that, and the stage was a little more, the fight was a bit more scripted, they probably could have made it so that actually is just normal water. Yes.
Hey, I'll play with you.
Yeah, the water is in an odd position where Sonic can actually do a victory pose on the water. In fact, most of the time you will do on the water because it's quite rare to be able to land on one of the lily pad thingies afterwards. Now this is actually one of the most awesome things in it. This is the Egg Carrier, Eggman's Flying Fortress. So awesome was the Egg Carrier, they even made a new version in Sonic 06. And I've even seen this awesome Minecraft Egg Carrier. It's amazing. You have to try and find it. Yeah. It's funny how Eggman can always get these things built. You have to wonder, where does he get his money from? But, well, you know, there's also a universe where hedgehogs are really fast and blue, and Tails can spin his tails round and to fly without them getting all tangled up. Which has always been the weird thing about his tails.
Hey, we can't let him get away. Let's get to my workshop and we'll take the tornado.
Yeah, the tornado.
You guys go.
Knuckles.
I have some unfinished business to take care
I
of.
think in this game, Knuckles' voice actor is like the second worst.
Take care of everything here.
'Cause he sounds...
Come on.
He sounds a little unconcerned a lot of the time. Yeah, I can play as Knuckles now. There's no wonder he got recast in Sonic Adventure 2. So here we go. We go to Tails' workshop.
Sonic.
I think if you don't know where to go, the hints typically are... You can go find that little orb thing, and it'll give you a hint, and it's usually pretty useful. And tell you what to do. The orb is basically, if you played Generations on Sonic Adventure 2, Omochao, it's basically like a prototype of that. I just love that expression. And here's Tails' theme again. Yeah, I like how the character themes play when the character is first introduced in a story, or when they do something awesome. And this is one of Tails' shining moments. Yeah, it's not just a random cliff. That's what this is. And this is the tornado, the classic Sonic plane,
Sonic, hop in.
which is you can't really see it here. But yes, the plane is powered by a Chaos Emerald. Now, what's weird about the original release on Dreamcast was that while the models weren't much better than Sonic R, like when the characters are on the plane, it actually is the Sonic R models. It was the weirdest thing. And now begins one of the toughest levels to get all the emblems on. Yes, you're seeing this right. We're actually in a rail shooter. Like you have to, this one's based on score for the other emblems, so it really is like trying to get an A rank in Sonic Adventure 2. And you basically have to know where all the targets are and hit them all. But the games give you no tutorial about what to do. You might not even know you have the lock-on lasers, whereas like when you're playing as other characters who play a little similarly, you do. Yeah, it does tell you straight away, in a little tutorial bit. So that's pretty much what these levels are. Just lock on, just go in, lock onto it, and shoot. Actually, it's actually kind of similar to Gamma in a lot of ways, except that Gamma's not flying around. Although this kind of level could work for Tails levels, because I think Tails is kind of because Tails can fly. In the adventure games, Tails has always kind of struggled to find his identity gameplay wise. Because every character has a different gameplay style, you see. So Sonic is the just simple, traditional, run around and just get to the end of the level as fast as you can, that type of thing. Tails has racing, like he races Sonic. So it's just really weird that they did that. Like it's a really odd choice in my opinion. But then you look at him in Sonic Adventure 2 and it's not much better. Okay, so this level isn't too bad in all honesty. It plays decently enough and it's not too long, though you will notice that there is no timer. It's a decent level. I think it could work for Tails. They did something similar on Unleashed, except I think that was a lot more scripted, and a lot more simple, and just generally not as good. And I think that's the end of the level. Yeah.
Way to go, Tails!
Funny how bad this level really looks though, with the way the clouds are below the characters. Yeah, Egg Cannon. I always love that. Like, even though he doesn't want to be called Eggman, everything's Egg Carrier, Egg Cannon, the E100 series, which are shaped like eggs, and E stands for egg. There's levels like Death Egg. It's like everything's just egg with this guy, even though he doesn't want to be called Eggman. He's such a douche. I love Sonic running like that. I'm sure that's a sound effect from something, but I don't know what.
Tails?
And this pretty much confirms that anytime Sonic falls down a bottomless pit, he does not die. Because he's alive. He survived the fall and somehow fell through
Who I'm looking
a
for?
time portal and ended up in the future by a few hours.
Oh, I wonder if he's okay.
Yeah, that was pretty weird and awkward. While I'm here though, I think I'll quickly show off the Chao Garden if I can. Oh, this is the one, yeah. There's 2 elevators. So this is the Chao Garden. It was expanded a lot in the sequel, and some of the stuff in this one wasn't in the original. So you bring in animals like this, and this is the Chao Garden. Wait, it's already hatched. I guess it's hatched after a certain amount of time. Sonic Adventure 2 don't hatch until you go in. Oh, actually. Is it just one shared set of Chao across all saves? That's possible. That's really weird. Oh. So I don't know what's going on, but basically, I came here for no reason. I'm guessing, because I did notice that in Sonic Adventure 2, each time you go to the Chao Garden, it asks about your saves and that. So I can only assume I've got the Chao in another garden that I've not unlocked yet. Yeah, the dual race is available, so it must be just one set of Chao. Yeah. That's my main Chao, Jimmy. Got him pretty high leveled up. The reason he looks so ugly though, that's what they start out like. And this is what he looks like now, is because they're giving him loads of animals. And that increases the stats. You really need good runs and swim. Fly helps as well. I found that basically the best way to I can actually, you know, think about it, yeah, I can actually show off one of the races. And I guess it means I can still use the same Chao in this. That's awesome, that. So that should help alleviate the time it takes to do this. Try and get all the emblems again. Because I have Jimmy. So this is basically just quickly what a Chao race looks like. They did change it a fair bit in Sonic Adventure 2. I don't think they even had Chao races in Sonic Adventure 2. And they changed it to this. So you have to mash A to cheer your Chao. Keep going. But then it does this really, really bastard thing, which you'll see when it does it soon. Because you're supposed to cheer for your Chao to cheer him on, which is something you don't do in Sonic Adventure 2. Oh. What it does basically is it will switch the camera to focus on a different Chao, and whichever Chao it's focused on, you're mashing the button, and you're cheering for whichever Chao it's focusing on. So you're suddenly not cheering for your Chao, you're cheering for someone else's. Then you have to switch to another one. It's ridiculous. But yeah, that's basically what the Chao are like. They have Chao Karate in 2. So you basically have to do all these races. The Chao are an interesting concept because you really do start liking them when you start raising them. Though in this one you can give them a proper name, whereas in Adventure 2 you had to use a preset name. And here's a Chao Garden. Black market of the Chao Garden. There's a different garden for each adventure field. Yeah. You can buy eggs. Special fruits, which give you different traits. All that stuff is basically the same models from Adventure 2. But you can raise them differently. I'm not sure how you make Hero and Dark Chao in this. I think that's what you need the fruits for. Whereas in Adventure 2, it's really mainly based on which character raises it, because the characters split into 2 teams in that. So it depends who raises it, how that side treats the Chao.
Sonic, wait up!
Yep, and this, for a lot of people I imagine, will be the first introduction to Amy.
Amy.
Because aside from Sonic R and...
Anyway,
I think aside from R, her only appearance in the games was CD. Oh, and the fighters.
So you need to be his bodyguard for
Yeah,
a
Sonic CD.
You must be kidding.
while. If you don't, we're just gonna.
It's a weird bit. I never understood Amy. I think something needs to be done about Amy's character because she's kind of boring. Now, what's funny about this is that in Amy's story, which we've unlocked now, Sonic runs off.
No trains are currently in service.
That's to stop me from reuniting with Tails because he fell into the Mystic Ruin somehow. But yeah, in Amy's story, Sonic runs off. In Sonic's story, that's not what happens. So I head over here. And it leads to a funny little moment over here. Sometimes the other character will show up in a location and you just walk over to them. Yeah, so that there is a part of Amy's story.
Look, Eggman's robot's on the loose.
That robot's always chasing her.
He's just a chunk of cheesy hardware.
And
Whoa!
Oh no.
yeah, her reaction is different in both stories, but neither one sounds convincing.
Look here. It says, "You cut the skin and free."
I think this is my favorite Amy voice. Because nothing against the other two, but I feel like this one just
Amy.
suits her better.
Whoa, wait.
I love how this robot's still chasing them, but Sonic's just stood there
Such a pain.
doing bugger all. Yeah, so he takes you up in a lift up to here, and this is Twinkle Park. There should be time for Twinkle Park. It's an interesting level. It starts off with one of the unlockable mini games for Sonic, at least. So I'm gonna go kill these assholes. It's best to take everyone out. If you're going for the time one, the time limit, it's best not to take them all out. But if you are going for it, then it's probably just best to leave them. So here we go. A little racing thing. It's actually kind of fun. It's certainly better than the shitty kart racing segments in Sonic Adventure 2. But yeah, so only Sonic does this in the main game, and you have free reign over which of the little kart things you choose. In the side mode, which I think there are emblems for, the colours are based on character. So Sonic gets dark blue, Amy gets pink, Tails gets yellow or orange, Knuckles gets red, Gamma gets black, and Big gets purple. Or Gamma's might be grey, whichever. I mean, so it is a rather enjoyable little stage, like this one. Amy actually has an interesting section. It's actually kind of rare that a character will have a section in a level that Sonic doesn't have, but Amy does. Like Amy, there's a big part of her level that Sonic doesn't have for this one. Although all three characters that have this level go to this one particular location. See, a lot of Amy's level is based in this area, but she takes a detour, and that pool down there, that's where Big has his version of the stage, and Amy has to pass through there as well. So it's the only area in the game where three characters have in their level. Yeah, so they made the animals that released from the robots. They made it actually useful. Yeah, so you actually use them for chow rating where you give them stats. They always annoy me the fact that if you give them an animal, it can lower other stats. And also, sometimes it makes them look ugly. Like, I always hated giving a child a penguin, because it's a really good one for increasing their swimming abilities. But it just gives them these big, massive eyebrows, and I hate it. So and I never know which animal to use to get rid of it. But yeah, Amy has to go through that door. But I guess it's to explain why she and Sonic don't meet up. Though how they start in different locations when they enter from the same place is not clear. But it's just always the weird thing that the levels never really affect the actual... It's very rare that a level actually affect the story outside of like the character gets the emerald here, or the character needs to pass through here to get there. Like, nothing really happens here. It's just that Sonic and Amy get separated in the park. And that's ultimately it. You press that switch to get some rings, which I guess is supposed to help you do the light speed dash. But it's really advisable not to do it because, well, if you're going for the time limit, you don't have time to do the light speed dash. And there's the capsule, the classic end of level sign from the Sonic games. Which can also protect you from being blown up, as you can see there.
Yeah, not bad.
And those also, in the later attempts at a level, it will replace like emeralds or tails, which is a shame. And I just wondered what plane was Tails flying before.
Oh, shoot! I've lost Amy.
Huh.
I bet that robot hauled butt after her. I'd better catch her before it does.
Yeah. So Sonic has to go after Amy now. And oh yeah, the way into Speed Highway. So you just immediately go from one level to the next, and I'm sorry, what? Fucking what? I'll be back next time. I don't know what's going on. Fuck my life.